All right, you guys. So today I want to make a super quick video for you talking about something called the law of assumption. So, first off, let's just get this out of the way. I was 110% the guy who was like, manifestation, this and that is woo woo. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like that's kind of hippy dippy, right? Like, I get it. And interestingly enough, things finally started to click because there's a difference between like wanting and hoping and manifesting, and then when someone like Joe Dispenza, if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. He explains all of this in a psychological sense and a physics sense. So it actually helps everything click. Because before that, it was like, okay, like manifest your dream life, your vision, this and that, right? And I get it. Like, I am 100% with you if you're that skeptic type of dude who's like, what? Or type of person, right? Like, yeah, it sounds a little woo woo for me. So, the law of assumption, actually, this is why it's helpful. It puts you in a mental and emotional state. I'll explain it to you. Like, so basically, it's like assuming that the thing that you want from your future life, your vision, your dream life, the best version of yourself, that it's already true. And I know you're like, oh, that's hard to believe. That's hard to believe, right? Because I'm who I am now, not that version. Here's how it helps. So basically, first you need to know, because most people don't even know this. Like, they literally go through their entire life unintentionally, right? I mean, like, they're very unintentional with every or most areas of their life, which makes it clear. You know, it's like floating down the river versus swimming, right? Of course, we can talk about how like God has a plan for you, and I agree with that. And at the same time, you know, I had a guy comment recently, and he was like, "Oh, don't be egotistical. Just put your faith in God. He's got His plan for you." And I totally agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And at the same time, I think that you can become that version of yourself that you want to be by being intentional, right? Because there's, let's just look at it this way, right? There's two versions of you. Let's just make it like very black and white. I'm sure there's, if you want to talk about like timelines or multiverses, you know, like Marvel and like that kind of stuff, right? Like, we can think about it like that, right? But let's just bring it down to two. There's one version of you that neglects your health, doesn't eat right, doesn't work out, never develops their social skills, never develops some skills that will help them in life, like to help others in exchange for some kind of wealth, right? So they can support themselves, their family, all of that stuff, right? So now that's out of the way. There's one version of you that is completely unintentional with your life, and they're essentially victim to everything that happens to them. Oh, this thing happened to me, so I can't do that. Blah blah blah. This is the way this happened, so it's impossible. Blah, blah. You know, you see what I'm saying? Like there's a mindset shift, and you cross the threshold into, look, like you can eat Cheetos, or you can eat fruit. You can eat Doritos and hot dogs and crap food, or you can eat healthy. You can choose to make good decisions, or these are the good decisions. You can choose to make bad decisions, or you can choose to make good decisions, right? I think you see what I'm saying. And God still has a plan for you. Okay? Perfect. So, the law of assumption is acting as the best version of yourself, the highest self, knowing what that looks like. If you need to write it down, write it down. Right? Like, what do they act like? What do they do? Who are they? What is it? What does that dream life look like? Where do they live? Get down to like as specific as you possibly can, right? Because some people say, I want to lose weight, and then they don't reach their goal because they don't know what it takes to do that, right? They didn't say the way they wanted to do it, right? Like running, weightlifting. They didn't figure out how to count their calories, right? And I know you can say, oh, well, that's too much effort. Well, then maybe you don't want it bad enough. That's the honest, brutal truth there, right? Maybe you don't want it bad enough if you're not willing to just do that little extra thing. And it's not hard. That's the funny part about it. It's not hard. So you can see the difference there, right? Like, oh, I want to lose weight, or I want to lose 10 pounds in, let's say, the course of 2 to 3 months. That's actually doable, right? And you can actually figure out like what's like a good pace for you to lose weight at. So you can get into some of the little specifics so you know, and then actually at that point it becomes like second nature or muscle memory because you're just doing the thing, right? It's not hard anymore. It's basically just about sitting down and doing it. So, all that said, once you have this stuff written down and you know what that future that you want looks like, you can start acting like it now. And I mean, even something like with the law of assumption, it's like, let's say you have it all written down. You want to see the things that you have written and then also attach an emotion to it. And you can go through this very slowly at first when you first write it, and it's going to be really powerful for you, right? So like, for example, you could say, I already have. Let's say you're single, you're not dating anybody, and you have no kids, right? There's no romantic partners on the horizon that you can see at least. You could say, how does it feel that I already have a beautiful wife and beautiful children? A beautiful family. Like, how does that feel? And you realize, because you do that, you can close your eyes if you want, and you kind of get into it, and you realize, like, whoa, like, that's, because obviously it feels really good, right? You can feel the specifics about it, right? Like, it's like a very supportive wife, right? And you're helping your kids, helping them learn. There's a lot of love in your family. This is the ideal version, of course, right? So this invokes these things, like you'll start to do things essentially that will attract that kind of partner. Because at the core of that, there's a really good book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. And the best message, or my favorite message from the book, it's a great book and I definitely recommend reading it. My favorite message is, anytime you do something, ask yourself, if I really loved myself, how would I respond right now? Or what would I do right now? And that's like, it'll literally help you in every single situation. So as many times as you can remember to ask yourself that before you do something, do it. Because that'll actually bring you, along with these aligned actions of your future self, essentially to that, you'll be like a magnet to your future self, right? So like, some other ones would be like how does it feel that I already have like this is like a funny one, but like an Avengers physique, right? Like a body like Captain America or Thor, or like one of those characters. Like, how does it feel that you have like a superhero physique when you're maybe like working towards that? Or how does it feel to be able to take care of your family and friends easily, both mentally, emotionally, maybe financially, right? Like you can help someone if they need it. How does it feel to always be present or non-resistant, not thinking too much, and so it's easy for you to feel abundant in different areas, right? Like you can be detached and also like detached from an outcome. Like this thing doesn't need to work out because I know what I want is coming. It's like the funniest way to put this is this law of assumption thing is like an order from Amazon, basically, right? Like you place an order with Amazon and you can see it, right? It's in the queue, like it's shipping, and you don't know exactly when it's going to come, but it's going to come faster if you act this way, though, right? Like, how does it feel that, let's say, I'm always kind and easy to meet, like healthy, wealthy people, connect with good people, foster really good relationships and community. How does that feel? How does that feel? And you know, like it's on the way, right? And you can think that, right? Like it's here, or it's coming, it's here, it's already on the way, right? I mean, the easiest one, most people will gravitate to this, right? Is if you're not at like the financial level you want to be, maybe rather than saying I want to be rich, or it's the same thing like I was saying about the weight, right? Like instead of saying I want to lose weight, you say how much in how much time. And of course, like the timeline might be a little different than what you say, and you can't necessarily control that, but it will come to you faster if you do it, right? So basically with the money thing, it's just like, how does it feel that I already have $100 million in the bank, right? And I mean, a lot of people will resonate with this one because the emotion attached to that, your body doesn't know the difference between your thoughts and emotions and what's actually happening. So you essentially, you kind of like hack the body a little bit, right? So you feel the feeling, what that feels like. And for most people, they would welcome that. They're like being in an abundant position financially, and you can think of all these things, right? Like it'll make you feel a lot more relaxed because it's easy to pay your bills. It's easy to take care of yourself, your friends, your family. If somebody needs some help, you can help them out, right? You can live wherever you want to be in the world. You never have to, look at how much it is or the bill at a restaurant. You can eat as healthily as you want. You can pay off any loans that you might have, right? Like student debt or like a mortgage or anything else, right? It's easy. And you can feel like, oh, that feels really good. Like it brings you back to the state of joy, easy to be present, relaxed. And it puts you in a mindset where it's like money flows like water. Money flows like air, right? It comes to me that easily. And oftentimes it's just down to you to figure out what it is. How to be creative to connect where you're at now, what you know, what you might want to learn to that future self so you can attract that. Be the magnet for that. Right? Like how is it that you're helping provide value to others so they can reach this state that we're talking about? And I mean, I think this is going to be really helpful for you. I just want you to give it a shot. Even if you only do it once, I mean, you're probably going to do it more than once because you're like, oh, like you can write down and continue to craft the specifics of your avatar, like this future self, and just bring it to you sooner because you got clear. That's one of the biggest things about this, right? Is most people don't have clarity, so they can't be intentional about their daily actions. So basically, they're kind of like wandering through their day or letting other people make decisions for them, like their job, this and that. So this is all about waking up and being who you want to be sooner. acting as them now, and then you'll bring all this stuff to you, the attraction, like you'll attract this abundance. It's already here. And I know, I'm gonna say, I know it sounds cheesy. I promise you though, when I did it, it helped so much because you just start to get clarity on your goals and like, oh, this is a little vague. Like, what do I mean by that? Like, maybe I do need to get more specific. Because it's like telling someone. Imagine you ordered an Uber, right, or a taxi, and you said, "Take me to the U.S." Right, a plane. It would be a plane in this example, but take me to the U.S. It was like, well, which state? What part of the state? Or what I was gonna say, right, is like, let's say you're in the U.S. just for example, and with the taxi one, the Uber one, where I made a mistake there, you would say, like, take me to, I don't know, San Francisco. That's a little specific, right? Because you're in California, and it's in San Francisco. Then the taxi is going to be, well, dude, like, what part of San Francisco? Like, it's huge. Like, where do you want to be dropped off? It's same either way, right? Because you can think about it like a plane flying, too, right? Like, if their trajectory is a little bit off, or they're vaguely going in a direction rather than a pinpoint direction, well, it'll be harder for you to end up there because your energy is not going in that direction. Anyways, I hope that last little tangent and the rest of this was helpful for you. I definitely think it will be because it helped me a lot, and you can continue to develop this over time. Essentially, get more specific on your avatar, and it's all going to come faster because you've got that level of clarity. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and you got this, bro.